So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And of course, right now we don't have any guests. We only have Toastmasters. So, welcome. And welcome to this 900 and let me check. I've lost count actually. 917th meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. So, don't blame me. I only made the agenda, right? So one can forget. So, uh, as we all know that this is no restriction from Toastmasters, but we impose this restriction on ourselves that we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics and controversial subjects. We try not to offend anyone. All of you are required to keep yourself on mute unless it's your turn to speak, and try to keep your videos open because that increases the sense of participation and togetherness. With that, I hand over the charge now to our president, Toastmaster Rusa Kabar. Over to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Zala, and welcome everyone again from my side to the current meeting. So for everyone's sake, and I would ask Toastmaster Subhadra, she is a guest here, and I would ask her to do a small introduction.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Thank
you
you,
are
Toastmaster Rusa, for the opportunity. I'm from Athena Health, Bangalore. I'm a software developer by profession. So we started Toastmaster Club last month in May, and this is my 4th week in Toastmasters, just like Toastmaster Talabin Hamid had mentioned. Personally, I love to read. I'm currently reading Atomic Habits, non-fiction books. I'm very grateful for the opportunity for giving me a slot here. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Rusa.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Subhadra, and we will be looking forward to hearing from you. So with that, Toastmaster Taha, do we have a business section? We can't hear you.
Am I audible?
Yeah. So, we have a couple of business announcements. First of all, the results from the last meeting, which were, by the way, which was a contest. So we don't have winner results for the best speaker, best evaluator, but we had the humorous speech contest. So our winner was Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. Our second place was Toastmaster Anam Qadri, and our third place was Toastmaster Kareem Meghani. So out of those three, two are here with us today. So congratulations. And we have another piece of business to report, and it is my pleasure and honor that to announce that our next meeting on June 30th will be our last meeting under the current executive committee, and it will be a time to hand over the charge to the new executive committee, or in some cases, exchanging the charge from one hand to another. So, we will be, inshallah, holding, provided conditions allow, the ExCom has decided that we'll be holding a hybrid meeting, and it will be held in Beach Luxury plus Zoom. So we will, inshallah, make it a fitting celebration. But all of that is, of course, subject to the COVID condition and also the city conditions. If everything remains favorable, then we will, inshallah, be meeting face to face, at least some of us will. And everyone else who cannot make it will, as usual, be welcome to join via Zoom. So with that, I hand over the charge back to you, Toastmaster Rusa.
Thank you so much, Kianzada. So maybe later. Okay, so with that, let's move on to the meeting, and let me introduce the Toastmaster of the day. So the last time we heard him, he gave a running commentary, and that meeting really stood out. So let's see what he has in store for us today. So over to you, Toastmaster Farhan.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
If we want to improve our communication skills, and if we need to excel our public speaking skills, we have to work on 3 P's: prepare, practice, and then perform. And I must tell you that Toastmaster is one of the best platforms we have where we can get rid of public speaking. Basically, Toastmaster toast ourselves every week. and we can challenge ourselves to speak up in front of audience, in front of public. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and respected guests. My name is Syed Farhan Haider, and today I'm playing a role of Toastmaster of the Day. I know it is a bit challenging because I have to engage myself that to all audience throughout the meeting. So I'm taking a plunge. I'm accepting this challenge. I don't know how it goes. So before starting the meeting, I would like to give you a small intro about today's meeting and today's theme. Basically, we have got 3 segments today. We will kick off from table topic session. In table topic session.
Actually, Toastmaster Farhan, it will be prepared speech session first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will start from prepared speech segments, and in prepared speeches segment, we have got different kind of speakers, and they will be giving speeches according to their projects. Then we will be moving on another segment, that is table topic session. In table topic session, table topic master will call anyone randomly and will give any topic to anyone, and he has to speak at least 1 minute 30 seconds minimum and maximum 2 minutes 30 seconds. That will be challenging. And last but not the least, we'll be heading towards evaluation and feedback segments. In feedback segments, the evaluator tell us that in which area we can improve ourselves, and they will tell us about our strengths and weakness. So that's it. And today our theme is very interesting. We will discuss about a personality, a person who always sacrifices his life for others. We all know that the one person always behind us, no matter how situation is. Yes, we will talk about father. We will try to tribute all fathers today. So before further any delay, to conduct this meeting, we need some facilitators, some role players, and without them, we cannot make it happen. And they will help us throughout the meeting. So let's take an introduction of all facilitators and role players. Table topic, Evaluator TM Rusa Kawal. So ma'am, could you describe your role, please?
Sure, Toastmaster of the Day. As the speakers give their table topics, I will be writing down a few evaluations, and when I'm called to evaluate, I will be telling them what went right and what can be improved upon. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, great. Then we will have General Evaluator TM Hiba Rais Khan. TM Hiba, could you please describe your role with us?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the general evaluator, I would be, as the general evaluator, in the general evaluation section, I would be evaluating the entire segment from start to finish. And basically, general evaluation has 3 sessions. If the first would be where the prepared speech evaluators give their evaluation, the second would be the table topic evaluator, where he would be, giving his evaluation, his part of the evaluation for the speakers. And the third part would be where the role holders such as the grammarian, the listener, the hour counter, the timer, they would be presenting their reports and, to the general audience and telling what happened. And at the end of the general evaluation session, I would be giving my part of the report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, TM Hiba Rais, for giving us brief introduction. Pardon? Okay. So now we have grammarian TM Taha Hassan.
Actually, Toastmaster Taha will be joining in a few minutes. So in the meantime, I'll introduce his role. So the grammarian is supposed to look for grammatical errors and suggest corrections. They're also supposed to look for and highlight good usage of language. They're also the word master, and the word of the day is something that I've heard for the first time in my life. So that's what's great about Toastmasters, that you learn a new thing every day. The word of the day is a storge, storge. The meaning of the word is natural or instinctual affection as of a parent for a child and vice versa. So in tying with our theme of Father's Day, the word of the day is storge, natural or instinctual affection as of a parent for a child and vice versa. Use in sentence. My teacher told me to make a sentence of the word storge. Storge is a type of love that we feel for members of our family. It is the love of security. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
TM Taha, your job is not finished yet. Now we have timer. Again, TM Taha bin Hamid. You must be busy today. Yes. So you are a
slightly
timer.
busier than usual.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, as timer, my role will be to time all the segments, the prepared speeches, the table topics, and of course, the evaluations. Also, it will be my job to highlight when we should take a prayer break and time the prayer break as well. The prepared speeches are usually 5 to 7 minutes, but as you can see from the agenda, there's a whole variety of timings. There's also 4 to 6 minutes. There's also 18 to 22 minutes, and there's also 15 to 20 minutes. So whenever the lower the qualification time of a speech arrives, I will be showing the green. Then when the mid time arrives, I'll be showing yellow. And when the maximum time arrives, for example, in a 5 to 7 minute speech, the maximum time is 7 minutes. So when 7-minute mark is crossed, I will show the red, and that means you have 30 seconds to close the speech. Similarly, for table topics, it's green for 1 minute, yellow for 1.5 minutes, and red for 2 minutes. For evaluations, it is green for 2 minutes, yellow for 2.5 minutes, and red for 3 minutes. And in all cases, red means you have 30 seconds to wind up. Otherwise, you'll be disqualified from voting.
Okay. Thank you so much, TM Taha bin Hamid. Now we have a very important role player, that is technical host. And that will be resuming TM Saad Shuaib and DTM Taha bin Hamid. This DTM Taha bin Hamid is here?
Yes.
Just joking.
Yeah. So yeah, I already explained my role as a tech host. So I don't think it bears explaining, but it will be my job to oversee the meetings in terms of access and in terms of continuity. Over to you once again.
Okay, so now we have our counter, TM Azhar Khan. TM Azhar, please, could you describe your role with us?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome.
Today, my role is R counter. I will note it down all members to R, okay, these kind of words. And end of the meeting, I'll submit to my report to Toastmaster of the day and President. This is my role today. Over to you, Toastmasters. Salam.
Thank you so much. Now we have again DTM Taha bin Hamid, sorry, as a vote counter. Sir, please share your role.
Thank you so much. So as a vote counter, there will be 5 occasions where you will be voting in this meeting. The first will be best speaker, then best table topic speaker, then best evaluator, best facilitator, and best big four. It will be my job to see who qualified for voting, and that, if you remember, depends upon the timing, and to float the polls and then compile the results and report the results at the end of the meeting. As a vote counter, I cannot vote myself unless there's a tie. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we have Work Master, which you have already, I think, shared with us. So I don't need to discuss about it. Now we will be moving to the next role player. That will be TM Latif Mansoor Ali, listener. Sir, could you please describe your role? TM Latif.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you.
I am Toastmaster Latif. My role as a listener will be to note down, to listen to each and every speaker who will come to deliver his table topic or his prepared speech session or during the evaluation. And I will note down those sentences which I like. what I would like be doing it during the evaluation session, I will be asking and going across this notes again, the sentences, and I will be asking you each and every one to listen and tell me who was the speaker. But only one rule is there: the speaker is not allowed to say himself his word, which I normally don't obey. So let's see, let's test yours listening powers. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, PM Latif. Now we have discussed about all the facilitator role players, and now it is time to start our meeting. And I'm keeping my finger crossed, and I'm anticipating that today we will having a very good meeting today. So now let's start prepared speeches session.
Excuse me,
Sorry.
PM Farhan.
Thank you for doing the honors, Toastmaster Hiba. Actually, we have a joke master too, and usually we start doing. Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot it. So
No worries.
this PM Hiba is.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what do you call a rooster staring at a pile of lettuce? What do you call a rooster staring at a pile of lettuce? A chicken sees a salad. A chicken sees a salad. Two artists had an art contest. It ended up in a draw. Ladies, if a man says he will fix it, he will. There is no need to remind him every 6 months about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hiba, for making us smile. So now move into our first segment, that is prepared speech session. And our first speaker will be TM Ramsha Shahid, and she is being evaluated by TM Kareem Meghani. TM Kareem Meghani, could you describe the project and title about TM Ramsha Shahid? So TM Kareem Meghani, are you here? Are you with us?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Can you hear us?
Yes, definitely.
So TM Ramsha Shahid, it's an occasion for her. Probably it's a first speech. It's an icebreaker. So first, welcome to the club, and we are really excited to hear from you. So Toastmaster Ramsha will be doing her icebreaker speech for level 1 of pathway. Just 1 second. Innovative planning, and her speech title is Trust the Process. So we are expecting her that she will break the ice, and we will know more about Ramsha. Timer, you can note it is 4 to 6 minutes speech.
Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster Kareem, for letting me speak. And now I would like to start off with a question is that, what is that one thing which doesn't let you achieve your goals? Is to consistently think that you are perfect and you doesn't need any sort of improvement in any walk of life. And you just constantly sit back at your home and relax. Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Ramsha and I'm 20 years old. I am currently in my 3rd semester. I am enrolled in the Department of CS at Zabist. I have always been a very good student, good at studies, always coming first in class and everything. But one thing which I realized during the course of time is that it wasn't enough. Because maybe I'm an introvert myself and I don't like to interact with a lot of people. And maybe because I don't know how betterly to express my feelings. Also because throughout my life, I was never interested to participate in any of these extracurricular activities that happen in schools like debates and speeches. Maybe because I was never interested in them. And at that time at my school, I never had the exposure to, participate in these kind of activities, maybe because I did not had these kind of activities at my school. And, and by chance, whenever I used to have these kind of activities at my school, I used to take that day as a holiday and used to just sit back at home and relax. But, during the period of time, I kind of realized that when I went to college, I kind of realized that, you must have to speak in a certain way if you want a success, and be it school, be at university, be at work. If someone who knows how to properly communicate in a certain sort of manner, they do get a benefit of doubt. So I kind of realized when I went to college that how much, participating in these extracurricular activities is important, because to get ahead in this fastly growing world, you should know to how to express better in a better way. And then when I went to college, I kind of realized this thing that just coming first in class, it isn't enough. So I kind of just started working on it myself. And the thing which I wanted to be better at was communication. And because I don't know, I just wanted to get better at communicating. And because you are the best critic yourself and you know yourself better, more than anyone else does. So that's what I wanted to improve at that time. Still, obviously, you cannot get perfect at any moment. At any moment, you just have to constantly work on yourself. That's what I'm doing every day. Just getting better every day at communicating, because I'm an introvert. I've told you already, because I'm introvert, and introvert are kind of people who don't know how better to express their feelings in a better way. So yeah, when I slowly and gradually, when I went to college, I started to adapt a lot of things which weren't a part of me before. And I just wanted to be better at communicating, that just like it's a magic, not knowing it's not a magic. And I just wanted to get perfect. But at that time, I did not know that, you need to practice a lot, not only at communication, but also if you want to speak fluently. So you have to get better every day. So also, one thing which I would like to share is a memory from my childhood, is that when we were growing up, I had my cousins who used to live at abroad. So obviously we were very young at that time, maybe 8 or 9 years old. I kind of just noticed this thing when they came from abroad to our nanny's place. So they were being treated in a very different way, maybe because they did not know any language but English. So, and at that time, because I told you that my school was very average, which was a typical Pakistani school. So English was not a big deal. My cousins were something, they were always used to talk in English. But at that time, I did not know how to properly and fluently speak in English. So I kind of just, got this thing that I just started to keep quiet. And I just did not want to say anything when in front of them. I just kind of got complex, I can say, at there was a thing that I got complex. And then I thought at that time that maybe if I will get better at studies, maybe I will also get a better treatment from my relatives who are treating them so good. But that's why I got so better at studies and just cut off from all extracurricular activities. But then obviously now I know that how much these kind of skills are important. And if you want to get successful, then you must know how to communicate in a certain manner. And definitely I'm in my journey to get better every day. And that would be the most significant reason why I joined Toastmasters. And I hope to get better at public speaking. And I hope to learn a lot of things from you guys and will implement those things in my professional and daily life. Thank you.
What a great speech, TM Ramsha. I must tell you that you are not an introvert. You spoke very well, and you talk about with us your childhood days, your college, and other things. And definitely we should have an art to speak in front of public. So keep giving speeches, and then definitely you will overcome of it. Then we will have another speaker, TM Kareem Meghani, and he will be evaluating again none of other DTM Taha bin Hamid. Sir, please describe the project of TM Kareem Meghani.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster Kareem Meghani is on his second pathway, and today he'll be delivering project 5 of the first level. And his pathway is leadership development, if I'm correct. Just let me check. Motivational strategies. So this project expects a speaker to research a topic and deliver a speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. The member completing this project has spent time researching a topic. He or she may be speaking about a new topic or a known topic on a deeper level. So this requires research, and this also requires a member to cite the source of a research and to present the findings. So everyone, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Kareem Meghani. Explore possibilities and opportunities by innovation. Explore possibilities and opportunities by innovation. Toastmaster Kareem Meghani.
I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible and visible. Very much.
Okay. Innovation. The word innovation suggests us what? What its first thing comes to our mind. In last 20 years, the world changed with innovations. We've seen several things in our life which changed us. And innovation is saying that something new, a new product, a new service. Toastmaster of the day, dear Toastmasters and guests. I would like to talk about today about this particular word innovation, how it changed our life in the last few years. Look at around yourself. What are the things changed in last 20 years? Mobile phones, fiber internet, lots and lots of technology, any new things. When we have a phone, remember the dialer phone? Ting, ting, ting. Now you have an Android. Now I can talk to you on FaceTime. This all comes with creative ideas. So for the innovations, that is all about creative ideas. For last 12, 13 years, I was working in a social sector. I was working in a social organization which is trying to help people, which is trying to be not charitable, not philanthropic, but something to make a change in the society. Few years ago, I was looking at an article about innovation, about mobile technology, about Androids, and then I start reflecting on my own career, what I'm doing in my life. I'm working in a social organization. What else in the social organization can be innovative? Does my social work is making any change, anything new? Or it's the same old charitable organization or philanthropy, just to help people? What is new in social work? And I start going back to the universities and checking the courses, looking at this whole domain of social innovation. How social work can be innovated. And I understand that there is a lot of work is being done in this work. There are a lot of people who are thinking like me. They want to make changes in the social work also. I understand that one person, Paul Hawkins, in early 2000, what he did, that he tried to compile all the social organization data, and he created a catalog that, you know, there are United Nations, you have UNCHR, you have WHO, you have NGOs, you have different kind of non-governmental organizations, social organizations, lot of companies who are making profit also, but are non-profit purpose. And he created a major catalog of this organization. Eventually, he was not able to do the maximum. He was not able to complete this catalog. What he says in his research, he says that there are too many. Every country have a social organization, every city, every block have social organizations. There are too many. And we are living in a world where social change is everywhere. Everybody is trying to make a difference in socially. When we looked, and I gone to in details about that research, and then I start joining a course in Coursera. by digital learning from University of Cape Town. And I did a course about doing social innovation. Then I start learning more about this subject. What is this subject told me? That social innovation comes with a very complex society, complex ideas. Why it is a complex idea? Why is a complex system? They say, look at the natural system or look at the rainforest system. It's very natural. You know, there is a problem about cyclone, let's say rain, let's say everything. This is natural. It's a natural thing. We know the recipe, what will happen. We are finding models to see that, how to see the cyclones, how to forecast this. It's a natural model. But social issues is a very complex issue. It's in a complex system because it goes with the human societies. Every human is different. Every society is different. There are different variables, and these variables touch to each other also. So it's very complex. They said there can be three kinds of ideas. Can be simple ideas, there will be complicated ideas, but there can be complex ideas. And there is a lady, Brenda Zimmerman. She did a lovely work on this complex ideas, and I really fascinated with this idea. She brings three examples. Simple ideas, she said, bake a cake. Simple, there is a recipe. Or if a complicated idea, go to moon. It's a complicated idea because it needs a lot of research, a lot of people who can work on it. But a complex idea, do we have a recipe? What is a complex idea? It's a social issues around us. So everybody is working in this complex idea. So when we see this complex system, a lot of people see these complex issues, they try to find solutions. And innovation, what it does, it uses the resources in the society to help it. I'll give you one example, Airbnb. It's a profitable organization, but this is a social cause. You know what they did? It's a hoteling idea, it's a hotel idea, hospitality idea, but they use for social cause. What they said, that there are a lot of rooms empty in the city that can be converted as a hotel. And see in last 5 years how this worked in the world. And it created so much profit for them and for the society. We all can think about a lot of social causes around us. But if we have to think differently, we have to find solution. We need to see deeply. We need to understand the complexity of that problem. And we can find a social innovation. I'm trying to find a lot of social innovation in my life right now. Are you willing to do it? Over to you, Toastmaster today.
Thank you so much, TM Karim Bagani. Definitely, we are totally with you, and I totally agree with you that innovation is not necessary in all about things. It should be in our life. And for that, we have to step out from our comfort zone. We have to play a different role from others. And also, you shared a very good examples about simple ideas, complicated ideas, and complex ideas. Very good speech. Now it's the time of third speaker, TM Azhar Khan, and TM Azhar Khan will be evaluating by TM Ali Ashar Anjum. TM Ali Ashar, could you describe about the speech of TM Azhar Khan?
Good evening, Toastmasters. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Visible.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. My target speaker is Toastmaster Mohammad Azhar Khan, and he is on his pathway of presentation mastery. And today he is delivering his project of prepare to speak professionally. Time is 18 to 22 minutes. So over to you, Toastmaster Mohammad Azhar.
Now, sir, perfectly audible?
Yes, perfectly audible, and you are looking very smart, mashallah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And pray for me. I will perform very well.
Yeah, I will pray after 15 minutes, Maghrib prayer for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum, Toastmasters and guests. I hope you are doing well, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening, all of you. You are looking very well. Thank you for inviting me today to take about leadership. That is absolutely center of our ability to thrive in a world of increasing complexity and accelerating change. World history is defined by the leadership or lack of it every group, entity, or nation. As a leader, each individual is also leader in their respective domain. Sometimes a leader has to set and pace, sometimes they have to work with the team. The dynamic of each group are different and every leader have to change. That is right. The key of leadership is not competence, even intelligence. It is ability to accept, adapt to affect change. Teams win and lose. Companies succeed and fall. Nation and nation empires rise and fall. Conditions change as time to progress. For the reason, group leadership is critical to survive and thrive. Every organization must competency execute the process. The first three are strategy, execution, management, risk management, and they are the related to easy to describe. Strategy is about sense making and design. The former seek to identify the key elements in the situation facing an organization, how they are related, and how they are likely to evolve in the future. The result of assumption of the form, the basis of the design process, determining how to achieve desires, goals with available means. Executions. Execution implement this strategy design by developing objective, metrics plans, budgeting process, system organization, and mechanism provide the feedback and drive adaptation. Finally, risk management ensure survival by team, defining and assessing risk and uncertainty, providing warning of the adverse change. Transforming loose exposures and strengthening organization resilience and adaptive capability. However, excellent strategy, execution, and risk management won't deliver survival and success. They need leadership to integrate and animate them, but just what a leader about. At the most basic level, we need to distinguish between domains and leadership. In people, organization, groups, dominant to individually will seize power and assess control. The key of question those become, what are the qualities in a person that cause other trust on him with the leadership of him. When things go wrong, they take responsibility rather than blaming. The team members or blaming failure on unforeseeable events make no mistake. Leadership is honor that often requires sacrifice. Second, people look for the competence. A leader must have the skill to assess the situation and either directly to take, indirectly organize the sequence decision, and action required to ensure the group's survival and the achievement of its larger goals. A leader also need to be able to perform under the pressure, to be the resilient when the advisor surprise, and to have to give and persistence and overcome obstacles. Leaders, basically today I'm very focusing on the leadership, empowerment, the strategy, execution. We hear these words, but we have to apply in the practical life. There's a common agreement. What are the top priority? They are the clear standard, competence, price, appreciate that there's a willingness to share information. There's a sense of play, there's joy, there's a teamwork. If you have the one team, so you should have one goal, one objective. You have to on the same path, same page. They are quick and convenient. Wave attack, nonsense of fixed aberration in the system. There's a sure sense of rationality and trust. The key to this climate is leadership in general, and senior leadership is particular. Now that we have a new understanding about what makes good leader, take a look around. There are many success people who are projecting as a visionary leader, but not every one of them. There's a good leader. Most leaders fall and test a purpose. They do not have Nobel Prize, and they do not create a good climate for their teams to work. Instead, they take advantage of people. They divide their teams. They insult their subordinate and rivals and employ all sort of the unethically practice to ensure success. These people may be leaders, but they are not good leaders. So today I urge you to define the noble purpose of your life and pursue it. Once you have done so, make sure that you define a set personal ethics. Once you believe in ethics and demonstrate them publicly, you will find that people start to get inspired from your automatically. Maybe you have seen the many people in your life. Sometimes you inspire, or sometimes you will not inspire them. But it depends on your mentality. It depends your planning. It depends your strategy. First, you should ensure yourself you are a best leader, you are the best person. If you will not ensure yourself, it means you are cheating from yourself. You have to ensure yourself that you are a good person, you are a good leader. Without these steps, you will not justify yourself. You have to work your execution, your strategy, your planning, each and everything. You should not miss any single point. You have to focus. Maybe you are under pressure. You are seeing the worst situation. It doesn't matter. You should lose your temperament. You should not lose any kind of ethical element. If you lose any ethical elements, it means you will lost maybe, and you will lost your you lost your respect. No one will follow you. No one want to see as a leader, as a boss, as a leadership. So you should you cannot appoint yourself a leader. If you can only become one, you will only even survive and thrive. You are a leader. And you don't forget your 3 elements: the strategy, execution, risk management, and the ability to change. And you will only become a good leader. You and your team have to strong sense of noble purpose. You should have some confidence. And if someone say, you should allow to your around your people, if they will ask you and they will say something about yourself. If now you get good position, if now you are a good that's in this role, so you should allow your people. Okay, they can ask you. They can discuss with you all kind of problems. If you see the problem, then you solve it. Basically, leader is some kind of a solution provider. These are not some kind of any or should I say not a hunter. When you see your leader, you should have a smile on your face. And now he's coming. Now we can discuss our problem. Every nation, any nations, can't get success without one objective, one goal. And it depends on leaders' strategy and thinking, mentality. If you see the jungle, lion is the king of the jungle because he has good mentality of their environment. You memorize, just close your eyes and listen and think about any leader. You see the face of any leader because you like him, because he or she have some kind of good ethics and ethically attitude and elements in their personality. That's why you like them. That's why you are following them. No one realizes you should analyze yourself on a daily basis. Maybe sometimes you see the worst situation, but calm down, relax, and try to understand what's happening around you. Maybe it's your fault, maybe it's your team fault, but you have one code, one team, one goal. It means you have to solve their problem. You have to solve all kind of any situations. Otherwise, you and your team can't get their objective. And maybe you will see without this situation, this activity, this any situation, you will see what situation, but you can't show your panic mode. You focus on strategy, you focus on execution, you focus on management, any time management, any each and everything. You don't forget yourself. You should have good, strong sense that right now, what should I do? Fellow Toastmaster and guests, before trying to become a good leader, you need to become a good person. Leadership will automatically follow you. Be a leader that people choose to follow rather than someone who is artificially imposed on them. The world needs good leaders, like more than ever. So, in the last, I'm telling you, whenever you get a chance on a leader, so you should not focus on only your success. You should focus. You have responsibility of your team around your people. Don't forget them. Maybe you give sometimes. If you have the sometimes, and maybe someone get the 100% of your these 7 minutes, because after that he will show his performance. He will show their integrity, lots of things. So now, for Toastmasters and guests, don't forget these some my opinions. Over to you, Toastmaster Freddy.
What a daring speech you delivered today, TM Azhar Khan. And you were talking about leadership, and you seem to be leader. And by the passage of time, I have seen that you have improved a lot. So keep challenging yourself every week. So now we are going to resume our meeting, and everybody must have been in board. So our next speaker will be TM Subhadra Kala from Bangalore, and she is being evaluated by TM Urusa Kawal. TM Urusa Kawal, please describe her project today, please.
Of the day, Toastmaster giving her pathway leadership development, and her project is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of her project is to define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring and to share some aspect of a previous experience as a pro teacher. Toastmaster Subhadra is visiting from Athena Toastmasters Club, and over to you, Toastmaster Subhadra.
Good evening, all. A mentor is someone who helps us understand our own hopes and strengths. Have you met such people in your life who provides you support and strength? I'm sure each and every one of you have. I too have fabulous mentors in my life. Today, I'm going to share you the story of a fantastic mentor I had during my college days. I'm a software engineer, but I had no idea what engineering is when I joined college. My parents were not engineers, none of the family members were industry. All I knew is that my favorite subject is maths and computer science. I wanted to get software engineering. When I joined my internet access or a computer at my home, I knew browsing existed, I knew about YouTube, but I did not have any technical exposure at all. Obey whatever the teacher says. I was a very studious student, but I didn't know how to explore technically. One day at my college, I happened to interact with one of my seniors. He needed some help from the freshers for the college technical fest. Upon interacting with me, he realized that I do not have any exposure in the field I have chosen. That's the moment when he decided to mentor me. I was very fortunate enough to study in an amazing college where every senior student takes the responsibility for guiding the junior student. We had an environment of support and guidance in my college. The basic skill required by a software engineer is coding. I was very confident about my coding skill, but my mentor was not. He told me there are websites where we can go ahead and practice coding and improve. I never knew such websites existed. After his direction, I went ahead and signed up and I started practicing. I understood that I was not as good as what I thought, but I improved a lot. Once my mentor learned that I have improved a lot, he suggested that I participate in technical competition in other colleges. He had also chosen to mentor a few of my friends. So we went to the nearby college and took participation. There, I was able to meet a lot of people like me. I got a very good technical exposure and learned how other people improve themselves. I was very happy. That made me enroll in a lot of student committees in my own college and participate in similar activities. Later, my mentor suggested to attend technical workshops to improve leadership development, time management, Android application development, all those things. I listened to him and I started initiating organizing such workshops in my college for my fellow students. Thus, I improved my leadership, time management, and a lot of other skills. By the time I reached third year, my mentor graduated from college and independent. But no, I was wrong. I still needed a lot of guidance. I take internships now. I was not aware of it earlier. That will help us gain a lot of professional experience. He tried to even give me contacts where I can search for internship projects, but I and my friends managed to find it ourselves. And when we did a professional project, we learned a lot and improved technically. That was really helpful for my placements a year later. When I reached my final year, I started becoming very independent and organized a lot of activities. My mentor called me and asked me, have you started mentoring your juniors? I was really ashamed of myself. I did not think about it at all. Then I decided I will do it. I went ahead and met the second year students. I started guiding them on how to organize seminars and conduct workshops and technical competitions. I was very happy. Then I knew that my mentor is coming for a technical competition. I wanted to make him proud. I wanted to show how good we are doing. I wanted him to understand that he managed his job very well. So I was really working hard along with my junior students. We wanted everything to go perfectly. And when I met my mentor, I was expecting a pride in his eyes. But what I saw was real anger. Subhadra, come here. I said, what's wrong? Bro, everything is fine. Everything is perfect. We have done a lot more than we have done last year. What's wrong? Yes, this is the way I guided you. I said, yeah, you have guided me very well. Yeah, you have guided me very well. A lot. What's wrong? Then he said, you are actually working and you are doing this. You are preventing their growth. This is not how you mentor or guide people. What you need to do is you need to give them direction and self-esteem. He told me that junior students will keep on doing things. I need to guide them and have a great career ahead. I learned my mistake and then onwards, I'm again spoon feeding and into guidance and not doing things on their behalf. I understand that this mentor had changed my life. He helped me grow a lot professionally. I want to become a person like him. Ever since then, I'm always excited to take new mentorship opportunities. I hope you all would also start taking mentorship and give an illustrious career and hope to a fellow friends. Let's make a difference. Thank you.
Despite having some audio issues and internet issues, I must say that that was an interesting speech. And you talk about your college life, that what happened with you and how you became a mentor. So very interesting. And now we are moving towards our next speech, TM Talha bin Hamid, and he will be evaluating by TM Taha Hassan. TM Taha Hassan, could you describe the project of TM Talha bin Hamid with us?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. So today I'm evaluating a really professional figure and a really great figure that our club has. None other than you all know, Mr. Talha, DTM Talha bin Hamid. So he will be delivering his leadership development level 1, project 5, research and presenting. The purpose of his project, I'm really sorry. The purpose of his project for the member is to learn and review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speak on any topic. His speech title today is, "We don't even know what we don't know." Over to you, Mr. Talha. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, very much.
Okay. And as always, Toastmaster Latif, you can time me. It will be lovely. Thank you. Just wait a minute. Let me untangle this.
Who is became a timer of TM Talha?
Toastmaster Latif.
Toastmaster. Okay.
Just it's a divine omen that this wire got tangled at this moment. Once you hear my speech, you will know why. Okay. Imagine you're walking down a street and there's a man coming towards you, running like a blind person, and they hit you and you both fall down. And then when you fall down and then you get back up, dust yourself. And before you can scream at the person, "What were you thinking?" Suddenly you fall silent. You see something completely unexpected. The sky revolves around your head. The earth shakes. You swoon on your feet. And reality stops making sense. Because the person hitting you was you. The person looks like you, dresses like you, talks like you, and looks exactly like you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, how many of you think that's possible? What if I tell you that this phenomenon happens all around us, every day, within us, without us, above us, below us, millions of times a second? Only it happens on a subatomic scale, and it's called quantum entanglement. Now, what do you mean by quantum entanglement? In layman's terms, it describes a phenomenon where two particles interact with each other and suddenly they become entangled, or they take each other's properties. For example, particle A and particle B, and then they interact and suddenly they become one. So one spins, the other spins. One flips, the other flips. And one travels, the other travels. And this is a definite phenomenon. And like all troublesome things, Einstein had something to do with it. In 1936, he, along with 4 other scientists, including Schrödinger, published a paper describing this phenomenon. And Einstein did not call it quantum entanglement. That term was coined by Schrödinger. Einstein sarcastically called it spooky action at a distance. Why? Because it shook the foundations of physics and science and everything we knew. Just like Einstein had done in 1906 through his theory of relativity. Quantum entanglement opened a whole new world. And that's not the end. There's a castle of incomparable craziness that's called quantum mechanics. And this is just one of the rooms in that castle. This is just one of the places where reality does not make sense, but it happens. And you know what? Several years later, experiments confirmed and reconfirmed that indeed quantum entanglement takes place. And not only that, the entanglement is independent of the distance between two particles, which means that the information between the two particles travels faster than the speed of light. How many years did you spend learning there is nothing that can travel faster than light? Congratulations, that was never true. However, that phenomenon has still not been explained, although scientists are researching into its practical implications. For example, quantum computing. For example, communication. And for example, teleportation. Beam me up, Scotty. So imagine you're on Earth and you want to travel to Mars. Instead of flying off into a rocket, there's a mound of sand on Mars that's exactly equal in mass to your weight. And through entanglement, it becomes you. And your Earth copy is destroyed in the process. But who cares? You're on Mars in less than 1 second. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, reality keeps unfolding in strange new layers. The more we think we know about the universe, the more it turns out we have to learn. And pretty soon all of it stops making sense. And you know what? Don't think that this phenomenon is limited to subatomic particles, because guess what? Plants have been known to use quantum entanglement for photosynthesis. Yes, the same photosynthesis which is used to convert light into nutrients. Plants have been using quantum entanglement for billions of years. And not only that, there are millions of instances of quantum entanglement. But it gets crazier because quantum mechanics is crazy. You know, if you start to monitor the particles and try to monitor their interaction and then entanglement, poof, they collapse, their wave function collapse and nothing happens. So if you check and if you try to see the entanglement yourself, it will not happen. And to this day, we haven't been able to explain why is that. What role our conscious has to play in the workings of the universe? Because quantum mechanics is based on our consciousness. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle dictates that we destroy everything that we try to measure. And now, as long as we don't try to measure it, it remains as it is. So what does it all mean for us? Well, next time you are with your boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse, you can tell them that, honey, you're my soulmate. Or you can tell them that, honey, we are like two quantum entangled particles. And next time, when you are running on the street and somebody hits you, before turning around and hitting them, please recheck. They may turn out to be you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
DTM Talab bin Abid, what should I call about your speech today? I think it is speechless. You are an inspiration for all of us, and I think, but I'm sure that you are like a Virat Kohli and Babar Azam in our team, who always be a man of the match. And Karachi Toastmaster is very fortunate that they have a speaker like you. Great speech, sir. So now it's a time of another speech, DTM Maria Ahmed, and she will be evaluating by TM Latif Mansoor Ali. TM Latif, please could you describe her role, her project today with us?
DTM Maria Ahmed will be delivering her pathway from Innovative Planning 4. It is a question and answer session. Purpose statement of this project is for the member to learn about and practice facilitating a question and answer session. The purpose of the speech is for the member to practice delivering an informative speech and running a well-organized question and answer session. The member is responsible for managing time, so there is adequate opportunity for both. DTM Maria Ahmed, speech title, Journey Towards the Creation of a Brand. Speech length is 15 to 20 minutes. DTM Maria Ahmed, Journey Towards the Creation of a Brand. Good luck.
Okay, sorry once again. Apologies for interrupting. Please listen to DTM Maria's speech and please note down your questions. At the end of her speech, there will be a question and answer session. And anyone who has a question, use the chat box to type the question and I will pose the questions to DTM Maria. Thank you so much.
Should I start?
Yes.
Okay. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay. Never give upon a dream related to the time of which it will take to accomplish it. This quote has motivated me since I was a student, and then I became an entrepreneur, and then till date, I am still inspired by this quotation. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, table topic master, and honorable guest. Today, the title of the speech is indeed very close to my heart and soul because I would consider it as my child. I had nurtured, created, invested not only my money, but also my hard work, zeal, and enthusiasm towards it. I did graduation in textile design. It has always been my passion to pursue art, textile, and design through my career. So after my graduation, I worked with lots of textile mills such as Gul Ahmad, Al Karam, Khadi for a period of 5 years. And after working with these giant firms, I realized that there is a lot of margin for clothing brands. A designer who has gained not only good education in this field, but also has experience, can surely practice and make a brand renowned and recognized not only locally, but also worldwide. So this was my motivation and experience, which I have gained through over a period of years. And then I decided to launch my own brand. In 2012, I launched a virtual brand called Maria Ahmed, the clothing brand. It was not an easy task. It had a lot of paperwork and brain work behind it. With towards the creation of this brand, it requires a lot of planning. For example, I need to do budgeting, need to hire a company who can do my digital work, such as designing of a logo, website, and a lot of other aspects. So first, I also with the guidance of my brother and father, I managed to accomplish this. And then I decided to make my own logo. After a lot of going through the process of making and finalizing the logo, I managed to make a logo for my page. And the page was launched on Facebook because even at that time, social media was a popular tool. It was not very well known, but a lot of clients, overseas clients and some local clients used to access Facebook and Snapchat for these kind of resources. And my brand was exclusively designed to cater the needs of working ladies, because back then there were a lot of working ladies, but not enough brands, or you can say ready-made clothing articles were available. They specifically had to go from shop to shop to buy fabric and then give it to stitching and then another tedious process of calling tailors and nagging and arguing over the stitching. So my brand exclusively catered the needs and requirements of the working ladies, or you can say the working class, who have no time to get their preferred articles of clothing in a suitable time. And after the logo designing, I launched my website. The website is still working, and whenever I do a collection or a photo shoot, all the pictures are uploaded by my social media manager. And then prices and all the other details such as sizes, fabric, material is written on the website. And it's very easy for the client to go and select and place an order. They only need to make online payment, which I always charge. Not only me, I mean, almost all the brands charge their online payments prior delivering an order. And then it takes a period of 10 to 15 working days to get their articles delivered on their doorstep. But with all these processing, there was a setback, or you can say a drawback, which needs to be considered. I thought I should launch a physical store, but after a lot of consultation and speaking to other designers, or you can say entrepreneurs, they advised me to opt for online shopping. Why? Firstly, because it is convenient, it is inexpensive. Of course, maintenance is required. You need to have an expert social media manager or a person who can manage it all. And it is also easily accessible to online. Even if you look at the COVID pandemic, this online shopping has gained immense popularity. Why? Because within just a single click, you can easily purchase whatever you need. You don't have to go through the hassle of standing in long queues, or you don't have to roam from one door to another to buy a piece of article for your own choice. So I quit the idea of launching or going for a physical store. I preferred an online store, or you can say virtual store. And my pages, or you can say online shops, are available on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter is also used whenever I launch my collection, or there's a photo shoot, or you can say any other important update. I just ask my manager to upload it on the Twitter, and then I have a huge following. Over 50 million following is available on Facebook and Instagram. So I have clientage not only in Pakistan, but also worldwide. About my collection, I launch almost 8 to 10 collections per year. But most popular among them is Eid al-Azha and Eid al-Fitr collection. Why? Because Eid al-Fitr is considered a gift of God, or a gift from Allah after Ramadan. So ladies specifically prefer to wear something trendy, stylish, and something new, which they don't wear in their usual routine. So my collection are unique, stylish, and top of them, they are affordable. You don't have to sell your kidney if you want to purchase my outfits. They are quite and easily affordable. So, and there's a huge variety, starting from casuals, semi-formal, and formal. Casual clothing is specifically for people who prefer to wear something for their daily routine. But yes, they have to look trendy and stylish. Along with that, you can see the pictures of my collection. It is specifically designed and launched by me. And this was the photo shoot which I did. See the formal and semi-formal collection. If you want to place an order, you will get a 20% discount. If you want to place an order for yourself or for your wife, sister, or mother, you can contact me and I will offer you 20% discount for this. Yes, these are the images. That's all. Thank you so much, DTM Tala. Okay. So this was my collection. This was and this was instead Eid al-Fitr collection, which was done on, I think, 2 or 3 months back. So this was a very popular one because the colors are bright, unique, trendy and stylish, and you will not only get to wear these dresses for your Eid, but also you can utilize these later when you have to attend wedding ceremonies or you have to go for a family dinner. So my designs cater all the needs for everyone. And then I have semi-formal collection. Semi-formal is something which you can wear for your kids' school meetings, for your lunches, for dinners. And the formal collection is also includes bridal collection, heavy formal, which a person can wear or a woman can wear for their close friends or families, weddings, or such kind of events where you do not need to wear your usual articles of clothing. With the passage of time, my brand has certainly grown and nurtured. I started with clothing, but now I have jewelry, footwear, all kinds of footwear, bags, shoes. And then I also have a collection on home textiles, which includes bed sheets, cushions, pillow covers, curtains, table runners. So you can find everything within just single website. They say everything under one roof. It will not be a roof. It will everything in one website. You just have to go through, scroll through, and whatever you like, just click on it and place an order, and then you will get it instantly delivered at your doorstep. And I also have a refund policy, which many brands or so-called renowned brands do not offer. I have 15 days sale or return back guarantee only if my article is damaged or if there's a stitching problem or any kind of error which is made on my behalf. So you can return and exchange it within 15 days. So yes, these are one of the prominent friendly policies which has enabled me to grow and certainly develop a market or a niche in the clothing market. So that's how my brand has grown and certainly gained popularity. And with the passage of time, I plan to make clothing for children, for men also. And I would also include sunglasses, bags, and other things which might come into my mind or which my clients prefer. And I also do survey on 6 monthly basis. So you can say half yearly basis, because it helps you to grow. And the feedback certainly helps you to improve, because there is always a margin of improvement in not only in person, but also in your work. So if you consider yourself as a perfectionist, or you can consider that you have gained a certain level and you do not need to grow, this will lead towards your failure. I have learned this not only in Toastmasters, but also from other walks of life, that if you need to grow, you need to be capable enough or strong enough to accept your flaws and take criticism as a compliment, because it will definitely help you to grow, not only as a person, but also in your work or professional life. So
DTM
the
Maria,
floor is open for, yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's exactly
yes.
That we have received our first question.
Floor, okay. The floor is open for question and answer. So start posting your questions and I will answer them.
So we have just 3 to 4 minutes for question and answer. Our first question is from Toastmaster Imran Sheikh. What sort of planning bottlenecks you faced? What sort of planning bottlenecks you faced by launching your brand? And do you think there is some financial limit at the time of launching the brand?
Anyone speaking, or should I answer?
Yeah, you should answer. You should answer. And
okay,
please be brief, because we have short of time.
Okay. Yes, initially there were some certain setbacks that need to be considered. Financial crunches were one of them. because as I said, my initial articles were only clothing. So I had a limited budget and I worked towards it, but planning is always important before you start executing something. Next question, please.
Yeah. We have from our guest from Bangladesh, Toastmaster Murtaza Ahad.
Yeah.
Why were you interested in studying about textiles?
This was the same question asked by my father. Firstly, every person is not designed, or you can say is not made up to study
Quantum physics.
Has a certain mind to study medicine or engineering. An artistic mind is always appreciated. Unfortunately, not in our country, but abroad it certainly is. And I always had an artistic mind. So I prefer to study something which I would had genetically inherited, or something which I would like to accomplish, not the rat race. Yes, next question, please.
Thank you so much. And yes, of course, it is our right to be artistic and to express ourselves. Once again, we have Toastmaster Imran Sheikh. How much percentage of sales become sales return, and how you tackle them? What is the refund policy? I believe you you already mentioned the refund policy. You just should mention about how much percentage are sales return.
Let me let me answer it. I have a very genuine or tricky answer for this. This is not my department, and I do not handle this financial department. So if you need to ask, you can ask the person who does all this job, not me.
How did you manage to stay motivated during the initial days when the brand would have been just launched, and if you were not, and when you were not getting that much orders? How did you keep yourself motivated?
Stop listening to people around you and listen to your heart. It will certainly lead you towards your goal. If you start listening to everybody, that will certainly lead you towards your downfall. That was the formula which I followed, not only at that difficult time, but also today when I have a very established and renowned brand.
Okay. DT Maria, there's one question from my side. And that is how do you tackle competition? Do you study them? Do you try to match them? Or do you actually try to go your own way?
This is a very interesting question. Of course, these days it's a very cutthroat business, art and textile, fashion and textile. You need to come up with something unique and exclusive which will cater your niche market. If your niche market is satisfied with your products and services, then certainly you can grow. And yes, I only prefer to go my own way, because everyone is copying each other, or imitating or copying their designs, replicating their designs. So it's always better to keep it a secret whenever you are working, and then publicize it once you are done.
What about intellectual property? What about intellectual property? Has someone copied your designs, and if so, how have you tackled it?
Yes, there are a lot of you can say developing brands or underdeveloped brands which have copied my design. Firstly, I used to nag or ask them not to do something like this or plagiarize them. But unfortunately, in Pakistan, we do not have copyrights. Even renowned brands such as Sana Safinaz, Khadi, or Gul Ahmad, they end up copying brands which are launched in foreign countries, such as Chanel, Gucci, or Guess. I have seen many brands complaining that they have copied, that Pakistani brands have copied their style. So since we do not have any plagiarism or such kind of policy by the government or even local bodies, so there is no need, or you can say there's no use in discussing or asking these things.
Any more questions for Didi and Maria? This is a golden opportunity to learn about entrepreneurship and starting your business from scratch. So any more questions? You're free to unmute yourself and ask the question.
Okay, I had a question.
I have also one question.
Okay, great. Go ahead. I think Toastmaster Murtaza, you go ahead first.
Okay. I appreciate that, Didi and Toha. And my question is that when you started off your textile business, what was your biggest challenge? What was your biggest challenge? It could be related to the business or anything else.
The biggest challenge or hurdle which I encountered was certainly to stay motivated, because at that time, textile brands were limited to a few, such as I have already mentioned, Gul Ahmad Khadi or Textile. Local brands, or you can say the brands which are owned by private companies, were not very popular or known. So awareness or popularity or these kind of aspects were certainly lacking. And with the passage of time, I have learned a lot, and I have gained enough patience so that I can encounter and overcome these challenges.
Okay, what about the person who wanted to ask?
Yeah, I also have a question.
Yeah, Toastmaster. Yeah, please.
Did you kind of had any criticism from your relatives or maybe from your parents when you just suggested this idea that you want to start your own business, and they would be saying that what is the need of it? It is very tough to, make your name out there. So did you kind of face anything like that?
As I've already mentioned, the best response to this question is stop listening to people and follow your own dream. Certainly, there are motivators and demotivators everywhere, not only in your professional life, but also you will face such people in your personal life. And I also did, but the best response is do not reply to them, do not respond, just ignore, because they are obviously lacking that intellectuality or dream or vision, and their only goal is to demotivate others. So just ignore these people and follow your own dreams. That's how you can grow and accomplish it.
Okay, Toastmaster Maria, Aditi and Maria, there is a last question for you, and you have about 30 seconds for it. What is the definition of entrepreneurship according to you?
According to me, entrepreneurship is following your dreams and pursue them and just stay motivated. With the passage of time, you will encounter hurdles or obstacles. But if you are motivated and you have vision in your eye, then you can certainly accomplish it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aditi and Maria. That was, I believe, a memorable session for all of us. With that, the floor is back with Toastmaster Farhan.
Aditi and Maria, Ahmad, what a great speech you had. You discussed with us about how did you start your own brand and what kind of obstacle you faced it and how did you overcome it. And thank God my wife is not sitting with me. Otherwise, I would order 2 to 3 days book to you. Although my beard color is getting white and I'm getting older. So now prepared speeches session has been ended, and what a blast we had. All speakers were well prepared and we had a great speeches from everyone. Now we are heading towards our next segment, that is...
Sorry, before that, there needs to be voting for best speaker. So I will ask the president, there were 2 disqualifications. The first was Kareem Meghani, 8 minutes 3 seconds versus 7 minutes 30 seconds. And the second one is Toastmaster Azhar, 15 minutes 28 seconds versus 18 minutes minimum.
So 2 persons are disqualified?
Yeah, but okay. So so I'm floating the poll for best speaker, and please vote for your favorite speaker. Just give me a second. In a few seconds, I will be.
So please cast your vote. And,
and in the meantime, Toastmaster Farhan, you can carry on with the meeting.
So our next segment will be table topic session. So now names are on the screen, so you can cast a vote. Meantime, we are going to start our next session, that is table topic session, and TM Ali Ashar will be running the show. And TM Ali Ashar, please, I'm going to hand over the charge to TM Ali Ashar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Farhan. I believe that I am audible to all of you. Okay.
Yes,
So
you are
today
audible.
we have yes, today we have a wonderful meeting, and the theme is a bit sentimental because we are celebrating Father's Day. Father is someone, unsung hero, and one that what I can say that I love my father, but I cannot express it, and I never do that, like many of us. So that's why the love of father is quite underrated, because usually we get between the father and the mother, they're usually mothers in love, but someone who is holding your hand for for the life, someone who is helping you in each and every step of your life, someone who is carrying you on his shoulder as your father. And today, our table topic is all the topics of this segment are going to revolve around it. So what I do that I got a chance to to go to uh, the school in a primary class, and I just said to the students, please write uh, uh, an essay on Father's Day, and then give a suitable title to it. So our topic would be those who forget. I would like to call our first speaker, and for that I want Toastmaster Imran Sheikh. Toastmaster Imran Sheikh, can we have you? Okay. Your topic is my father, my hero. Your topic is my father, my hero.
Yeah, Toastmaster Ali, word of the day. Word of the day. Please remind.
And the word of the day is stars. I hope I pronounce it.
Who is the timer, please? Can you tell me the timer name?
It's
I'm the timer.
Okay.
ATM Tala bin Hamid.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly, my father is my hero. I have always looked upon him, although he's no more in this world, but he has been an inspiration for me since I'm small. I have learned a lot of things from him. For example, patience, understanding people, and understanding the circumstances that you go through and how to face them and how to tackle them. It's really important that you have the patience and the skills and the capacity to take on the circumstances and handle them and come out as a successor rather than as a loser. So this is what I've learned from my father. The main thing that I've learned is the patience to handle the situations and the perseverance that you need to deliver rather than going back or failing in a situation and doing nothing out of it or panicking and wasting time. So instead of wasting time and panicking, you need to take the situation, face it, and find the solution, the optimum solution that you can have in order to succeed in it and deliver the result that you need to have. This is really important in these times where everything is getting complex and difficult for us to handle. So this comes with experience. As it is said that excellence comes with experience. So my father was able to convey this message of excellence to me, that through experience, you will be able to excel at things which are normally difficult for people to handle. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster and Ranjit, for your wonderful speech. Now, let's move towards our next guest, Murtuza Ahad. So, guest Murtuza Ahad, can we have you? Okay. So, your topic is Father as an invisible hand. Father as an invisible hand.
Okay, I think I had an issue with my internet connection. So could you say father is an invisible?
Yes, you are audible.
Father as an invisible hand. Invisible hand.
Okay, head. Father is an invincible head.
No. Invisible hand.
Okay. Right. Understood. Thank you, Table Topic Master. Father is an invisible hand. Now, like many children across the globe, I was a very, very, very naughty child. I was a very naughty child. And as a result of that, what happened was I used to get into trouble a lot. I'm sure that there are many naughty children in this meeting as well. There have been many naughty children. If you have been a naughty child, then raise your hand physically. So you see, I see a couple of hands. Most of us have been naughty children. And what happened is that due to me being a naughty child, I actually landed my father and mother in a lot of trouble. I used to go to my aunt's place, and then I used to scream and shout. I did not eat anything. I did not listen to my aunt, and she used to complain to my mother. My mother complained to my father. My mother was like, discipline your child. What are you doing? Why are you always being so lenient with him? Be more disciplined with this child because he is out of control. And then my father told me, you know, he's young right now, and as he grows older, he will learn. Then many years ahead, I remember when I was sitting for my O-levels, I remember that my father, he told me that, son, if you're not doing well, then your mother, she's not only going to scold you, but she's also going to scold me very badly because she thinks that I am spoiling you. I am spoiling you. I am just being there. I am not allowing you to be independent. I thankfully did okay in my O-levels. And that was due to the fact that I remember the times when I was younger, when I went to my aunt's place, when I went to my friend's place, I could remember, I could recall that my father, he was there as an invisible hand protecting me from others' criticism. So it is now my turn to do justice to the faith that he has shown in me. And I'm sure, as all of us who were naughty children, most of us who were, I'm sure we want to do justice to the invisible hand that was always there for us. So over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, yes, Murtuza, for your wonderful description about the invisible hand and how your father is always there for you, even. Okay, so now let's move to our next speaker. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Sana Taglan. Toastmaster Sana.
Hi.
Okay. So your topic is standing on the shoulder of father. Standing on the shoulder of father to see the world more clearly. Standing on the shoulder of father to see the world more
to see the world. Okay. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about one of the greatest person in my life, my father. If I have to speak about standing on my father's shoulder and seeing the world, I would say that as the topic was going by and I heard that people was talking about my father is my hero and father as an invisible hand, and I was just thinking that my father was very subtle in everything, and he never showed himself as a hero. We never had any fear when he would step in the house and he's there. We never felt that, oh, somebody unusual is there and we have to behave differently. So that is the worldview that he gave to us, that being a father means being loved by someone, and he helped us learn that how it feels like to be treated with love by your parents. As a very famous saying goes by, I think it was by Robert Browning, who said that, you take away love from this world and this world will become a tomb. So if we talk about parental storage, then I think that is what it is, because that is at the highest, top of the mountain where you find the love of your parents, and they teach you how to love and see the world view. They give you the perspective to see the world, and this is what my father has done. I feel that I was very confident in my life only because my father was able to show it to me that, you can be confident and you can be yourself. That's the greatest advice my father had given to me. He showed me how a father should be like. He showed me how a husband should be like. He showed me how a partner should be like. And this is how I have seen the world. Being on his shoulder, he took me around. I was never fearful of him when he was around. Rather, I would feel safe and secure that my father is there and and he always has my back. So I never need to fear from anybody in the world, and I can go for anything that I can think of. I can go to any limit, and that's the perspective that he has given to me for the life. And I think I can't be more grateful for what Allah blessed me with in the form of my father. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanadillani, for your wonderful speech and description. Now let's move towards the next speaker, and for that I would like to invite Mr. Hassan. Mr. Hassan.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, it's Taha Hassan. Okay.
Yes, it's Taha Hassan.
Okay, so your topic is lovely memories with my father. Lovely memories with my father.
Okay, now some lovely memories from my father. So it's a great topic. Everybody has some great memories with their father. And if you choose me to speak upon this, I will tell about my father was being in the Air Force in the Pakistani military. So we used to travel in the base, the military occupied area, and the memories that my father took me through, it was that when I had the opportunity to see those jets, you see the fighter jets, I guess most of you people haven't seen them closely running on the runway. So me and my father sitting and walking over there on those barracks, which we say, and these fighter jets taking a fly, and he talking to me about that this is life. You need to take the fuel. You need to take that fuel and put it in yourself that burns very high. And when it burns very high, you will shoot to the sky. These were the lines which I still remember from my father. And when you are up high in the sky, what is to fear? You are just going to die one day when you fall. So these all things that come with me in my younger days, and with my father, those memories, those precious memories which I have, and gracefully I am blessed still with my father, and he's really old now. So that's what I have, those memories that I have with my father. So thank you, Toastmaster Ali.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Taha Hassan, for your kind words. Okay, so timer, can we have more table topic, or
I think we can have one more.
That's all from. Okay, so let's go with a season table topic master, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. She is a quite seasoned table topic speaker.
Hi.
Okay. Hi. Toastmaster Mariam, the topic is that you are depressed, stressed, and the bell rings, and it's your father.
Can you please repeat that?
You are depressed.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
You are depressed.
Okay.
Yes, I'm repeating. You are depressed, and then a bell rings, and it's your father.
Thank you. Thank you for such a good topic. And that's true. It's not that when I'm depressed or sad or anything, when I'm happy even, I want my father to be around. That's the first thing I do. I used to call him for any single bit. I still remember when I was in my university and there was an announcement that you got the highest marks or anything like this. If it is good, it is bad or anything. The first thing comes to my mind, I have to call my father. I have to tell him he's in the office. How can I reach him? And when I go home, I remember, Ammi, where's Abbu? Ammi is always like, you can tell me also, Mariam, I'm also your friend. So she always tries to do that. But that's true, that whenever I was depressed, whenever I needed a map, whenever I needed an advice, I used to call my father. But now, unfortunately, my father is not with me in this world. But the best thing is I can call him anytime. And I know that this time the connection is more strong. I don't need a place. I don't need a phone call. I don't need internet connection now. Because between me and him, it's the God. And I know that he'll connect. There was a time when after his dad, I was depressed. I was feeling anxiety. I don't know how to say those words, how to express my feeling at that time. And I was in my dream talking to him. Abu, this is what happened to me. How can I solve this problem? And I still remember, I got answer from him. I cannot forget that feeling. I still have him. For the rest of my life, I will always have him. And yes, now I don't need a phone call because I know I can connect him anytime, anywhere. I don't need internet connections now. I don't need anything else. I need a pure heart, a pure connection. That's what I have. And I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mariam. And I must say that today's topic was amazing because we have a wonderful speakers today in this segment, and all speakers did a great job. In the end, I would like to say that we always show our gratitude towards our parents. It's never too late, and we should always take time and go to them and just say two words that Thank you so much for doing and making us what we are today. So now that's all from my side, and the over to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Farhan.
What an interesting segment we had. We tributed our hero, our mentor, our pillar. Yes, we discussed about our father. So before moving to another segment, we have a voting time. DTM Tella, I think it's a time for voting.
Yes. Actually, all the speakers are qualified except for guest Sana, who spoke for 2 minutes and 38 seconds. So, Madam President, what do you say?
I think we can let it go. She can.
Okay.
The meeting.
Okay. Okay. So let me just give me a few moments. Meanwhile, Toastmaster Farhan, you can continue and let me float the poll. Just a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and here it comes. Meanwhile, you can continue. Yeah.
So with that, we are moving towards our next segment. So participants' names are on the screen. Please cast your vote. I'm also casting my vote. So I've done it. So now we are moving towards our last segment, which is very important. That is evaluation, and evaluation is being run by TM Hiba Rais Khan. So over to you, TM Hiba Rais Khan.
Thank you, TM Farhan, Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Evaluation is something which is important for improving in every aspect of life. Evaluation in Toastmasters is a very important aspect because without it, we cannot hope to improve as a speaker. Evaluation is the third part of every Toastmaster session. And evaluation can also be called the complement of the prepared speeches and table topic sessions. First, we had the prepared speech session. I would now like to call upon the first speaker's evaluator. Speaker one was TM Ramsha. So I would like to call upon her evaluator, TM Kareem, to give the evaluation.
So TM Ramsha, welcome to the club. First speech, and you make an impression on all of us. You made a wonderful impression on all of us by the way you were delivering. You look like that you saw some speeches before you did your homework.
Yeah,
I felt that you learn about how to deliver, how the Toastmasters, the sessions are being organized, and how people are delivering. Because the way you started, with greetings, and that was great. I think that as a first speech, I will say that you did excellent. You talked about your anxieties. You talked about your introvert feelings. I would, if I had been in your place, I would stand up. Your body posture will come out. Your hand movements was fantastic, even when you're sitting, and that was great. And imagine that if you are standing up and you're delivering a speech, how you can be a fascinating speakers, and that will bring a lot of energy. And so I will recommend that for improvement, I think you stand up, deliver your speech while you're standing up. I think one time you can think about to reduce your pace. When you are delivering speeches, when you are talking, you are I think the speed was little fast. And the speech, when you are, and once you will go to the level other projects, you will learn about the speech composition, how to make the interest, body and conclusion, so your pace will come. I will challenge you that you can bring some vocal variety also. Bring dialogues. Bring that your conversation about your universities. So good luck to Ramshad. You're a wonderful speaker, and we are looking forward for wonderful speeches from you in future also. Good luck. Very nice speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Moving on, the second speaker was TM Karim Meghani himself, and I call upon his evaluator, DTM Talha, to give the evaluation.
Thank you so much. Once again, I'll need a volunteer to time me. So, as always, thank you so much. I know I don't even need to ask, and you'll do it. Okay. So, I am audible?
Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Karim Meghani. Social profiteering. Trust me, that was one of the new concepts that I learned today. And I learned today from you that it is not illegal to make a profit, that it is not forbidden to grow prosperous, as long as you're doing something for the community. Again, another wonderful speech, and truly it fulfilled the objective of a researching and presenting speech, where it was supposed to present a new concept to the audience. So congratulations on making me, and I'm sure a lot of other listeners, that aha moment, that light bulb moment, that yeah, one can make a profit, and a philanthropy does not have to be a loss-making endeavor. So congratulations on that. You had, as always, a very engaging start. You created an instant connection. And I absolutely adore the tone of your voice, especially the way it is becoming now. It is very musical, and it is very attractive. It is very engaging. And one can listen to you for long periods of time without getting stressed out and without losing the thread of what you're trying to say. So congratulations on that. You did some wonderful gestures. You used some wonderful words, like always, today as well. And what I also noticed in your speech was that the research was a little thin in terms of that there wasn't any very hard to digest data or too many numbers, but it succeeded in delivering a new concept to the audience. So it fulfilled that part of this project. Now for some improvement areas. First of all, you tend to stay in one place during your speech. So it's time to move on a little bit, time to widen your stage. And you can do that by the simple expedient of moving a little away from your camera, from your laptop. Because your speeches and your subjects now require that. Secondly, at times your speech grew a little monotonous in the middle parts. Not that it was not clear, it was clear at all times, but a little more vocal variety, especially at the start, would help you a lot. Again, as I always say, but not necessarily exercise myself, don't hesitate to shout or whisper, because this medium allows you to do both. And thirdly, you exceeded your time, and I felt that you were about to conclude, and then your passion and your sincerity carried you away and across the highest time limit. So avoid doing that in the future, because trying to end in time is as much a part of a good speech as anything else. So just a few timing issues, just a few vocal variety issues and movement, and try to change the subject next time to challenge yourself more. But overall, wonderful project and wonderfully delivered. Congratulations, and congratulations on level 1 completion. Over to you, General Welfare.
Thank you, DTM Dana. Okay, moving on. Now for the third speaker, TM Azhar Khan, I would like to call upon his evaluator, TM Aliyasha Ranjam.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hitarais. My target speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Azhar Khan, and he is delivering his speech on Speak professional. I must congratulate him because today he was speaking like a professional and he is speaking like a leader. Speaking for 15 minutes, 18 minutes, 22 minutes, it's not an easy task to do. I must say that his speech was great. His body language, energy, pauses were too pertinent, and it was resembling that leader is speaking, think, think in front of the audience, and and on some instance, I feel the impact, intensity in his voice, and I must say that you have improved a lot during this platform, and this is a great achievement for you and for all of us actually. And I must say that your words, your sentences were very good. How can you improve your speech? First of all, he, you was disqualified just due to the 3 minutes. You have spoke for the 15 minutes and then only 3 minutes were left. You can complete it. How? By doing some stories, anecdotes, examples, and by activities. Because 20 minutes is a big time. So you can do many things in it. Just because it's like a movie film, starting plots, subplots, and the climax in the end. So you can do that thing. Overall, your speech was very good, and congratulations that you have completed your project. Over to you, the general evaluator.
Moving on, I would now like to call upon the fourth speaker, TM Subhadra Kala. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it incorrectly. Her evaluator, TM Urusa Kaval. Please, could you give the evaluation report?
Yes, general evaluator. Am I audible? All right. So Toastmaster Subhadra, you shared one of the unique, I must say, experiences of mentorship. We sometimes never get to see these professional mentorship experiences, or they are just, if they are even there, they just go unnoticed. You shared your personal story, how you as a student found a mentor, a good and awesome mentor, and that person in turn inspired you to mentoring. What I really liked about your speech was the tone of your speech. You had very clear cut voice, it was confident, and it was very clean. Your hand gestures were perfect, be in sync, although the video was really not syncing through, but what little I got to see, you were totally in sync with what you were saying. In some places, I also saw that you smiled when you were recalling the events of your mentor, which showed that there was a lot of fondness and warmth in that relationship. The last thing that I really loved about your speech was the human element that you brought. Mentors do need mentors themselves, and they need to see the flaws in themselves. So this was a really nice element in your entire whole story. What can be improved in your speech? Vocal variety. You had a very steady voice, but maybe you can add a little excitement, a little high, a little low somewhere, and then it would add a little more color to your speech. All in all, I would say it was a very well-rounded speech. You had a proper opening, a proper story in the middle, and a proper call to action. Very wonderfully delivered, and we look forward to hearing you more, probably here or probably joining you at Athena. So over to you, General Evaluator.
Moving on, now I would like to call the fifth speaker, DTM Talha's evaluator, TM Taha Hassan, to give his evaluation report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So, Talha bin Hamid, DTM. We don't know what we don't know. Last night when I saw the agenda and I saw that I'm evaluating Mr. Talha, I thought I don't know what I don't know. So coming back to the evaluation, the key for his success has always been, I've seen in many speeches, it's always been the comfort level, the confidence that he possesses while he's speaking, the control that he has, when he stands up, he knows what he's doing. Most of us are fighting that what should we do or what should we not do. He's always in control. And all the elements that are present in this evaluation form, I guess he excelled in everything, be it clarity, be it vocal variety, be it eye contact. I saw him reading something from the computer, but his eye contact was still on the camera. And especially the choice of his topics. His topics are always red hot, always something innovative or something that draws our attention to it. It's just wonderful. After digging in many things, now one needs to really dig into details of those tiny elements which are usually ignored while evaluating. Now I have to do that. So digging into his speech, I took one element out that was a bit of gestures. The gestures Mr. Thala used was exceptional. It was with his line. But one thing was that he was using a little more, too much of the gestures. And I want him to challenge himself, taking these gestures, to challenge yourself in achieving extremely high or extremely more heights in your speech, as you are one amazing speaker with very little errors and one accomplished researcher. This all evaluation was almost of it. It was linked with the research. His research was amazing. And the way he presented his research, I didn't know what he was going to talk about with reading his speech title, but I got it. So the main thing is that we should get what he's trying to say. That's all. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Okay. Now for the last speaker, DTM Maria Ahmed, I call upon her evaluator, TM Latif Mansoor Ali, to give his evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen, you really can do whatever you want. Today, DTM Maria Ahmed really explained us, if you have a dream, you can fulfill it. I loved your speech. I loved the way it started. The things which you excelled at was the clarity of the spoken language, the audience awareness, which brand they are looking for, what is the demand. First of all, the comfort, which was very much accessible to you because you were talking about your own brand. But when it comes to things where you have to get yourself a little bit improvise, I would suggest first thing first, your camera should be towards the eye angle. So we can see, or the audience can see your gestures. We can see when you are smiling or when you are little bit of a sad moments. We can connect to that because there was a storage moment where you were connecting your love with your family with your passion. So that was that scorch moment, but you could not express it well. So I prefer you to have that camera angle first thing first. Second, I've been listening to a lot of your speeches. I really feel that you have to challenge yourself with that vocal variety. There were many moments in this speech of yours where you were facing a lot of troubles, be it your logo, be how to advertise, be to put it on the store physically or the online. You could have dramatized anything and we would have enjoyed it, because we all learn this, and everyone in this room one day wants to be the entrepreneur. So that was thing. As I said, gestures, eye contact, please work on it. The interest was there, but I just feel the responses of your questions were not to the mark. As I see, or you are introducing yourself as the entrepreneur or the CEO of your own company, you cannot say that I have a different department for this. You can say that, okay, there are some certain things which I am not familiar, which I can get back to you. But you have to be more pronounced that this is your brand. This is Maria Ahmed's brand. There was a logo missing, which you drag a lot of time. Plus, you should be thankful to DTM Talha because he was helping you out for the question and answer session. This is the moment where I want you to really challenge yourself, because in real times, you really need yourself to be presentable. Other than that, good luck for the speech. We really enjoyed, and it was wonderful. Just work on those three things. Little bit of facilitation, how to work it out, and the responses. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay. Now that's it for the prepared speeches section. Moving on. Now I call upon the table topic evaluator for the session, TM Urusa Kaval, to give her side of the evaluation.
Yeah. Sorry, Toastmaster Eba, we need to have votes for the best evaluator too. And so just allow a few seconds for that.
So vote counter, please.
Yeah, Toastmaster Rusa, I am in a very familiar fix, and you can guess what it is. You were below the required time. Everyone else has qualified.
That would be a disqualification, obviously.
Okay. Okay, fine. Let me float the poll in a few seconds, and meanwhile, you can continue.
Okay. Toastmaster Eva, can I continue, or you'd be announcing it again?
I think you can continue.
All right. All right. So the first speaker was Toastmaster Imran Sheikh, and his topic was "My Father, My Hero." So Toastmaster Imran, Toastmaster Imran, he had wonderful content. He shared his learnings with us, and he had wonderful hand gestures, even had a smile as he talked and remembered his father. The content was specifically geared towards connecting patience and excellence, which was a wonderful idea. Maybe Toastmaster Imran use the camera in landscape mode, because that would make you a little bit more clearer, and the gestures and visual would be much more clearer. So that's the only improvement area. Otherwise, your speech was really wonderfully done. So the next speaker was Toastmaster Mustaza Ahad, father as an invisible hand. He had very good expressions. His facial expressions were very nice. He had a clear opening, a story in the body, and an ending, and a very, very clear call to action. However, his hand gestures were really below the visual line, and I hope to see his hand gestures which were not visible. Guest Sana, standing on the shoulders of the father to see the world. You shared a very personal story about your father, and you have very, very clear thoughts, and you have very nice eye contact, and your confidence is very good. Maybe you can add hand gestures next time you're giving a speech, and maybe the camera angle could be different, where we can see you gesturing and sharing more of your personality. The next speaker was Toastmaster Taha. Lovely memories with my father. You also shared a personal story with us. You had very good hand gestures and very good facial expression. Maybe your content was also very good. What you can improve is voice modulation. Maybe go a little up, your voice modulation go up and down a little bit. Otherwise, you had very, very good content. Toastmaster Mariam Aftab, you are depressed and bell rings and it's your father. You started with a very, very warm smile. and you had really wonderful gestures and very wonderful expressions, I must say, and you ended on a very, very jubilant note. I must say, Toastmaster Mariam, you are really getting better at this, and there is nothing really I need to add to your speech. So with that, over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, moving on. Now is the third part of the evaluation. Now for the third part of the evaluation session, I would like to call upon the facilitators. The first one would be the grammarian. Could he or she present his report? Hello, grammarian.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator, for calling me onto this virtual stage. Okay, for being a grammarian, yesterday I came to know that I have being the grammarian, one needs to be the word master as well. So today I was the word master as well, and Mr. Talha was on behalf of me when I was late in this meeting. So today, my report with respect to the word master is I guess really bad, because I didn't even heard about one time the word of the day storage. Couple of times with the people on the message, I saw that they were trying to say this is the word of the day, this is the word of the day. Or in the meeting, that at the time of the meeting I wasn't present, maybe someone used it, but I guess this is a difficult word. And being the grammarian.
Actually, Toastmaster Taha, it was used, I think, twice. Once during the table topics, and perhaps once during his speech, if I recall correctly. So
okay,
you can rest assured that it was used.
Okay, it was used. Okay, that's great. Maybe I didn't heard it. That must be the problem. So being back to the grammarian, the improper use, the words, I'm not going to take out their names, but some of the words that was, or the sentences, those were improperly used. One was betterly. It should have been used as better. Changes in social work should have been changed in social work. Success people should have been used as successful people. It depends. It depends. One of our speaker used this. It depends. It depends. It should have been. It depends upon. Or I'm going to complete the sentence. You're planning or whatever he's attaching with. It depends upon. So you will lost. You will lose. You should analyzes yourself. It should have been used as you should analyze yourself. I participated when I was younger. It should have been used when I was young. I feel, my suggestion, it should have been I felt. And some of the quotes, this is really amazing. Some of the quotes that I found out and concluding my report. So one quote from Mr. Azhar's speech: strategy, execution, and risk management to become a good leader. And that's one good quote. One quote from Mr. Tala's speech. I think I got it wrong, but clear me if it's correct or it's wrong. Reality keeps unfolding in different ways. Now, can you complete this? I forgot what was it.
Actually, it was no quote. It was part of my speech.
Okay.
So there is no wrong or right to it. So no worries.
Okay, last one. You take away love from this world and this world will be doomed. Now, this is a quote. I remember that. So thank you, General Evaluator. This was my report for today.
Thank you. Okay, now I would ask the timer to present his report.
Thank you so much. I think I have pretty much explained the timing during the voting calls. So I'll just limit myself to say that the meeting started 5 minutes late, which is excellent for us. And as of right now, it is actually, we are just 15 to 20 minutes behind schedule. that could be improved other than that, but that is explainable because we had one extra table topic speaker and we had to wait for a little time. So overall, we are doing well as far as timing is concerned. Over to you, General Evaluator.
For the listener now to present his report.
So I request everyone to unmute themselves, and I'll be reading out some of the sentences spoken by the speakers, and you have to let me know who was the speaker. So this is your listening skills. You take away love from this world and it will become tomb.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. You should analyze yourself. You should analyze yourself. Is there only...
I guess.
Yeah, Toastmaster Azhar actually. Yes. Simple, complicated, and complex.
Toastmaster Kareem.
Thank you. Welcome to the club.
Toastmaster Kareem. Toastmaster Kareem.
Like many children across the globe,
A stable topic. I don't remember his name.
great, Ahad.
Yes, yeah.
Patience to handle the situation.
Toastmaster Kareem.
No, it's Toastmaster Imran. Ammi, where is Abu?
Toastmaster Mariam. Yes, Mariam.
Complement of the prepared speeches and table topic session.
TM Heba.
Yes. If I would be at your place, I would have stand up.
TM Kareem.
I am software engineer.
TM Subhadra.
Okay, this is for everyone who has read the agenda. Who today delivered level 1 project 5? I have never seen it.
Two people did actually. Well, if you count from icebreaker to evaluation feedback 1, 2, 3, then of course researching and presenting is number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometime you will inspire and sometime you will not inspire.
Maria Ahmed?
No, this is TM Azhar. Grammarian, this was for you also. You can make it a nice sentence of this. You are preventing their growth. You are preventing their growth. Guest, actually, it's Toastmaster Subhadra. Zeal and enthusiasm. Zeal and enthusiasm. Host, please mute Hassan.
Yes. What? Oh, sorry.
Zeal and enthusiasm. Anyone? Okay, I'm making it boring, I believe. I was very introvert person.
I'm sure.
Sure. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
And moving on now is for the time for my part of the evaluation. We started the session on time. Everything flowed smoothly from the prepared speeches to the table topic session to the general evaluation. And however, I personally experienced some internet problems, and due to that, I logged in and logged out at least twice. However, there was good coordination between the role players, the speakers, and evaluators, making the session an overall success. And overall, the session was quite interesting, informative, and a good learning experience for all. And with that, I would like to hand back the chat to the Toastmaster of the evening.
So I think it's a time to conclude the meeting. So
actually, there's another voting for best facilitator. So I'm floating the poll for best facilitator. And meanwhile, Toastmaster Farhan, you can conclude the meeting, and then I'll float the poll for Big Four.
okay. So overall, I think we all must have been enjoyed a lot. The topic was very related to the subject, fathers, and we have some guests from other countries, and everybody was participating. And in my point of view, that was quite learning today. That's it from my side.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farhan. That was indeed a really wonderful meeting. And before we
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt, but I suppose no one called the vote for the Big Four.
Yes, I'll be calling that.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So, Jitin, would we float the vote for the Big Four if the first voting is over? And meanwhile, I'd like Toastmaster Subhadra, her comments about the meeting.
First of all, thank you so much for including me here. You had actually improved my confidence a lot. This is the first time I'm doing a speech in an international team, I mean, also outside my district club. So it has actually improved my confidence. Thank you so much. And what I really like about the club is you are very warm and welcoming. I felt that this is my home club. I did not get any nervousness during my speech. I was really comfortable here, and I kind of feel the motivating and encouraging support in each one of you. Everyone is supporting each other. Even the evaluators, when they were giving their comments, I felt they are trying to help others improve rather than criticizing. So I really like the evaluation session also in the Toastmaster club. I really want to be part of this club again, and I would be going back and telling my clubmates about the experience. And I would like one of you to come to our club one day and give a speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Toastmaster Subhadra for those wonderful words. And I'm sure your invitation has been heard and someone would be popping in sometime. With that, there's another guest, Syed Haris. Syed Haris, would you unmute and share your comments about the meeting?
Sure. Actually, the meeting was great. All of the sessions. Actually, I'm trying to understand the format of the meetings and how it is done. And I'm also wanting to join the club. So I'm a guest here, and it has been a wonderful experience so far.
Okay. So, Syed Haris, is this your first attendance of the meeting?
It is my second attendance.
All right. So would you tell us a little bit about yourself? I don't remember taking an interview.
Okay. So basically, I'm an IT professional. I work in IT security, cyber security in a renowned software house. And I just want to improve my communication skills. I believe that I have a little philosophy, if you allow me to
Sure.
share it. We have been brought up hearing this dua that is Rabbi Shrah li Sadri wa Yassir li Amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani wal qalb. So I believe that the person should be able to explain what is in his mind so that the other person can understand his point of view. So that's why searching on the web, somehow I got into the Toastmasters website, and I figured out that lots of people are doing this kind of amazing activity. So after that, I reached out to TM Talha, and now I'm here. That's
Welcome, welcome the second time you've been here, and we hope you will be joining us again next week and the week after, inshallah.
Yes, of course, I'll be joining, but I'm getting a little hurdle with the timing of the meetings, because 6:30 p.m. is like end of my office, and I just get out of the office and reach my home, and it's already 7 or 7:30 p.m. So I'm just struggling with the timing.
Yeah, most of our people do struggle with that time, but I'm sure there will be some way or the other that we can make time out.
Yeah, sure. I will figure out someday.
Yeah. So thank you for your for that introduction, and we have another guest, Humaira Liaquat. Humaira, would you unmute and share your comments about the meeting?
Hello, can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Well, I joined very late because I forgot I had a lot of work today in office. So it's my second session, Zoom session, and Sir Javed Bhatti told me and forwarded me some details about that. And I was inspired by Numan Afif, who is the, I think, in Islamabad Toastmaster Club. Na? I am just too much inspired by him. Na? I used to listen his each and every video on YouTube, and he said, when he said that Toastmaster is the only platform he that became able to be the person like he wanted now. So after that, I thought I should be I should join the same, and I find out that where is Toastmaster? Is there any Toastmaster in Karachi or not? Now then I find out the numbers, and I called Sir Javed Bhatti. He was very nice, and yes, definitely soon I'm gonna be the member of this club now. And secondly, I would like to say that timings are a bit making hurdle to me, because I came off to office lately, like at 6:30. At 6:30 I got off from my office now. So, but I'll manage it, because but you know what I think, if you have passion to learn something, if you have passion to be something, then you will find ways to do what you want to do. I think that's the only thing I want to say. Might be I'm a bit getting confused, a bit not confident, but I'll be. But I want to be like, yeah. Okay, see
Not at
you.
all.
Thank you.
Not at all. And Ms. Humaira and Mr. Harris, you guys are welcome to join us at the meeting next week, which will be in Beach Luxury City. So do join us there also. If you can take out time, no matter what time you come in, you can just join us. And with that, Toastmaster Kala, are the votes in?
Yes, they are in. So the best speaker award goes to, I'm posting the evidence so that you don't doubt me. Once again, I got the most votes. So please don't think that I'm the vote counter, so I got the most vote.
Don't post. Don't post.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So I won the best speaker, best evaluator. Thank you so much. And Best Evaluator goes to Toastmaster Latif Mansoorali by quite some margin.
Congratulations.
Best Table Topics goes to, I guess, no guesses required, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab Kilwai. And as always, this is the last time, we always say that, this is the last time we are giving you a certificate. Next time you have to be a member to get the certificate. Best Big Four today goes to...
No, last time you also didn't. I have not received my last certificate. You have stuck to your words.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, so that's the shape of things to come. So please take the membership. Okay, our best Big Four today goes to Toastmaster Hiba Reis Khan. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Hiba.
As Journal Evaluator, and our best facilitator award goes to, once again, our listener, Toastmaster Latif Mansoorali. So
Congratulations, Toastmaster.
that is all for the polling votes.
So that leaves only the critics' choice votes, which is based on the international speech ballot. And on that voting, the winner is none other than the best speaker today, DTM Talab bin Hamid. Congratulations, DTM.
Thank you.
And with that, I think it's a wrap. We are within time today, mashallah. And with that, I think, DTM Talab, there's nothing else that you'd like to add.
Yeah, so just again, the usual request that first of all, we had 3 level completions today, and congratulations to Toastmaster Kareem, congratulations to Toastmaster DTM Maria, and congratulations to myself. And this is kind of important because you guys did not know this, but we slipped to number 2 in worldwide rankings. But if we apply these 3 certifications in time, we'll be back to number 1. So everyone, please apply as soon as possible. Secondly, please take up roles and speeches for next week's meeting. It will be a special meeting because it will be the last meeting of this tenure, and it will inshallah be a hybrid meeting. So speakers, role players, if you want to participate in that meeting, the time is now. First come, first served. And lastly, I will share something personal. I hope I don't take too much time, but today, while I was drafting my speech, I thought that, you know, like a speech about quantum entanglement, what hope does it have against all these speakers? But after seeing the poll results, I said to myself that, you know, this is the magic of nothing other than Toastmasters. I mean, you can present a topic like quantum entanglement in a way that that resonates with people, and it has nothing to do with me. Actually, it has everything to do with the skills that Toastmasters gives us. So that's a message to especially our guests, that it is kind of magical. Just think about it. Can you imagine this kind of speech winning any awards on this topic? But somehow it did. So it's nothing but the skills provided by Toastmasters that enable you to make a speech so that it gets the attention of the audience. So that was a personal observation. Not a shameless self-plug. It would seem like that, but it was not. I would have said the same about any other speech that would have won today. So over to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much for that observation. And with that, let's meet next week. Same place, obviously we'll be on Zoom as well, and in Beach Lecturing as well. So bye-bye everyone for tonight.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hafiz.
Hafiz.